JC here for RetireCheap.Asia. In a couple days I'm going to be launching my membership site that people have been asking me about for a while to do. Now the reason that I created a membership site is because of fans like Braycor and Chronic Reader and Jardin69, Night Bazaar. A lot of people have always been responding to my videos and asking for more detailed information. Now it becomes difficult to do that on YouTube, and also it should be available for everybody, and the detail I don't think a lot of people want to see or need to see, and so also some of the information that I would suggest might be a little too sensitive for the general public. So if you're interested in the membership site, you can go to RetireCheap.Asia and click on Retire Blog. There's a link at the top called Retire Blog, and if you go to that, there's a thing for the 10 reasons to escape Alcatraz. No, that's not what it is. It's 10 reasons to pack up and move to Thailand. But if you actually fill in your information, then you'll get an email of the exact date, which should be coming up in a few days. So go to the blog and sign up for the 10 reasons to pack up and move to Thailand, and you'll be on that list, and I'll be able to send you the date. So anyway, what is the membership site going to be about? Well, again, I want to thank everybody who has been contributing and watching the videos. It's actually grown a lot, and I really appreciate that. But there's information that people need to actually make this move. And these have been requests that people have been asking. I've been trying to fulfill these requests, but I need to fulfill the requests in a way that everybody's going to be able to see it from now and forever, and that I don't have to keep repeating it. So it makes it real easy. Now, who am I to be able to give this information? I'd like to give you just a little bit of background. A lot of people know from going to the website. But actually I started out, as a young kid delivering boats to the Caribbean and living on a boat. So my lifestyle all the way back then was one of being able to live on a little bit of money, but an adventurous lifestyle. Because I always felt that, I'm not giving up a lot if I'm getting adventure in my life. It makes up for a lot of other things, and I could do that on a very small budget. Well, it turns out that I ended up doing a lot of different things, and I traveled a lot to the Central and South American countries, married to a Brazilian wife, lived on the boat, like I said, and then things started to turn around a little bit. I went through a period of my life that, I ended up with a disease they said there was no cure for, and this was about 25 years ago, and obviously they were wrong about that, and ended up, because of that, being broke and divorced. And so I've been through all these things that some people are dealing with now, so it's not like I'm sitting here, telling you what to do without having experience. I've had to make the money back a couple times. The stock market crashed. I was making, thousands and thousands of dollars a day, and then the market crashed and lost all that money. So I've gone through this cycle a number of times. So I want to be able to help other people to get to where they can actually have more life for less money. And that's been the whole goal of the YouTube videos. But now we need to take it one step further, and I need to be able to give you more detailed information. So what I've done in the membership section is broken this down into what I think are 4 categories that everybody's going to go through, or 4 periods of making this move. And those I've broken down into: one is deciding. What's the decision-making process to be able to do this? Is this the right move for you? Is it Thailand or another Southeast Asian country, a Latin country? Maybe retiring to Arkansas where things are going to be easy. Now remember, if it's easy, might not be a lot of adventure in it. So keep that in mind when we talk about easy versus adventure. But what values would you actually gain, and which values would you possibly lose? Now these are your values, but we need to talk about those, because it's got to be the right decision. So deciding is really an important part of that. So one category that a lot of videos are going to fall into, the first category, will be about deciding to make a move and retire abroad. Now the second one is going to be about the planning stage. Okay, so you decide that, okay, yeah, that's something that I want to do. Okay, so now how do you actually plan to make that a reality? What is going to be your housing choices? What's your budget you're going to be working with? Are you going to come before your official retirement where you can draw Social Security? So it's crunching numbers. A lot of it is crunching numbers and coming up with a plan. Okay, and making it a plan that you can either follow now and make it come to fruition and then end up coming over, or there might be ways that you can actually plan on coming over before the retirement, before those checks, and actually supplementing your income. And we'll talk about all those things as well, because those are options, right? And so we want to be able to plan. So there's going to be a lot of videos in the planning. So we have deciding and planning. And then the third one is, okay, you made the decision, you've come up with a plan, and now you've not got to leave. So what do you need to do to make that a reality? There's a lot of things you need to do to tie up loose ends and put your ducks in a row, so to speak. Okay? So there's a lot of things you got to do: legal, social. Okay? So legal might be about getting, powers of attorney, dealing with mail. Social would be setting up a phone number so somebody can call you back home and it's going to ring over in the country you're living in, or they leave a voicemail and it ends up in your email box as an attachment. All these things are possible so that you don't lose your connection or association or attachments to people you care about back home. So you still have that connection. In fact, I actually connect more with people back home now than I did when I was there. It's sort of funny because it's very easy to do. It's very easy to set all that up. We have a plane going over. Anyway, so that's the preparing stage, and we'll have a lot of videos specifically about that. And then from the preparing, we have settling in, okay? So you come over, you decided, you planned, came up with a strategy or a plan, you set everything up, got your ducks in a row, and then you're over here. So now what? What do you do? How do you fit in? How do you find a social network over here? There's things about the language, about relationships, about banking, purchasing things like cars and motorbikes, driver's licenses, insurance, all these different things. So that's going to be the settling in category. So those are the 4 categories. Now, it's going to be really cool because it's not just about information that I want to pass on to you, but we're all like-minded and we're all wanting the same thing, and that's to have more life for less money. So in the membership section, there's going to be things like the forum. Now, my forum is going to be a little different from some of the ones you might have participated in before. And how is it going to be different? Well, I encourage questions. And some questions, even though there might be people that have already figured that out and know, they're not going to slam you for you not knowing. I encourage the participation. I encourage questions for beginners, because other people are going to be coming along behind them in the forum and being able to read those and get their questions answered as well. So we're not going to slam anybody for asking any kind of question that's important, and it's important to them. So we encourage questions. There'll also be a live chat function where you can be able to, on any page that you're reading, be able to type in a little comment, and whoever else is online at that time will be able to comment back, and you can create these little dialogues. And even though there's a 12-hour time difference to the East Coast, and when I'm online, I'll be participating in that as well. So the live chat and the forum is a way for the community to grow. We want to have a community spirit. We want everybody to connect. We're all like-minded. We all want the same thing. Now also, I'm going to be awarding points for participation. So anytime there's a comment on videos or a post in the forum, you're going to be gaining points. Now the points are going to be redeemable for gifts, and I'm not going to talk about what gifts, but some really cool gifts, okay? So that's going to be in the membership section as well. And then there'll also be resources. I talked about that you're going to have to come up with a plan. And some of that is about saving money back home or earning more money. And so I have resources I'm going to pass on to you, because I retired when I was about 45 over here. And so I have some knowledge about how to do both of those things. And so those are resources I also want to give to you. And some of those will be exclusive only to my membership site, because I'm gaining them from other people that have agreed to allow me to pass those on to my members. So those resources will be available to members as well. And so there's also, I'm going to give some people some tools for actually being able to save some money. And we're talking about being able to save money in medical, save money in some of these other areas. And so those resources will be available to, or those tools will be available for members as well. And so, because the goal is to get you over here, or to get you to that result of your planning stage as quick as possible. Okay, so I'm going to help you do that as well. And sometimes you remember, it's not about how much money that you're actually making, but it's how much money you're spending. So if I can help you to save the money, then you can get to that goal much quicker. So I want to thank everybody for having supported me up to this point. It's phenomenal. I started this in January when the baby boomers started to retire. And the amount of views on YouTube and the amount of correspondence that I get is outstanding, and I want to thank everybody for being part of that, and especially with my loyal fans that we communicate often. And so I'm hoping to see everybody on the inside. And so remember, if you're interested in actually making a move and things are uncomfortable where you are, and you're thinking, well, I need to come up with an alternative plan, consider becoming part of our membership community, because that's what it is, a community. And we'll talk to you and help you through the stages of deciding and planning, preparing, and settling in once you're over here. So I hope that's been something that you're interested in. And remember, the whole thing that I'm doing is about options. So remember, there is always an option.